Rocket Man. How are we all, beautiful people? Welcome to the AFL Off-Season Daily Trade and Free Agency. We are at the end of free agency. We are now into trade period. We have 3 days to go. They can do deals on weekends. Traditionally, they don't because the AFL likes to turn this into home and away. Just without the cute little waitress that runs the cafe. How are we all? Danny, Shiny Blue, Hunter, Bevtone, Carrydale. Great to have you all here. Hope we're all doing really well. Back on my lonesome today. Just the way I like it. Playing with yourself is the best practice for the real thing. How are we, Damo? Tatum, Teresa, Into the Maze. How are you? Riser, Says, Sean. How are you, my friend? Alex, Quinton. Welcome, everyone. Hope we're all doing really well. Hope everyone's all right. We've got a load. We've got a plethora, as they say. We've got a plethora of stuff tonight to get through, which is always good, isn't it? Where is my cute size one? There we are. That's better. We've got a load of stuff to get through today, so I am looking forward to this. The AFL has really blessed us today with some good action. And the first one we've got off the rank is the amazing deal, the dodgy deal. So this here, now people are going to ask the question, hey, Doracle, D, Boycat Mum, Sean, hey, Says, spot on. How are we, Carl? Cracker. So we've got some trades here, some trades. So people are going to ask, why did Miochek get traded for free? Right? Why did he get traded when he's a free sign? Well, the reason is Melbourne, because the AFL pay for free agency, Melbourne got a ridiculous deal for Charlie Spargo. If they had signed Miochek for free, that would have convoluted that. They would have probably lost it, so they would have lost it for free. So then what they do is they play silly buggers. They give away cheap picks that they're never going to use to negate it. One of the stupidest things in the AFL. Because really, who cares? Who cares? I don't think anyone in the league would have complained if Miochek had walked to Melbourne for free. But here we are. AFL quality banter. But Miochek, I'm a big fan of this deal. I think Miochek brings experience, brings professionalism. I know we might have slowed down, but he's still banging them in a goal a game. I think with the young Van Ruin they've got there, I think that is a real strong acquisition for them. Is it a sexy trade? No, it's not. Is Miochek going to move the needle? First use of the show of the day. I don't think he is. But I do think long-term this helps them out. Helps them out long-term because they've got a player here that's going to only make Van Ruin better. I think Miochek's more than a key forward too. I think the way that he moves, I think the way he works up the ground, all these things are really going to help him progress as a footballer. Melbourne have been desperate for a key forward since I came to this country. They just buy second-hand players, and it hasn't worked. Shacky players like that. I like this. I really like this deal. I'm going to give this a POM seal of approval. This is redonkulously good. Right. So a few of you asking about POM cams. What I wanted to do, Sean put this to my attention. When the window closes on Thursday, so Wednesday, I thought Thursday, Friday, we'll go through the teams and we'll open it up to fan cams where you can ask questions if that's cool. And then we'll do like a draft cam session if you're interested. Let me know what you think, chap. I am merely here to appease you. So spot on, Shane. That's the big thing. But I do like this. They're in a period of regrowth, shall we call it? Shall we call it regrowth? I don't like rebuild. But a very good acquisition. I'm interested with this. And I think when Sydney are going to obviously sell Jack Buller is a younger Miochek, working with McStay, working with Membry. It's going to be good. It'll be fun, Shiny Blue. It will be. Then we had the first crocodile done deal. Right? Crocodile done deal. Carlton get Campbell Cheshire the wing halfback from West Coast Eagles, pick 41. I don't mind this deal. Right? I don't mind this deal. It's not exciting. 41. That's going to be about what? It'll go out and then it'll come in because of all the other stupid clubs. So let's just say 45. Let's just say 45 as a capacity of what this could be. I really like this deal because you don't get much. You're not paying much. That pick would be unused. Now, I remember Campbell back in the day in his draft year. And he's got that beautiful little boot of his. He's a little bit quick. The big thing with Campbell is in the AFL, he has been stupidly bad. He has been stupidly bad. It has to be said with his kicking efficiency recently. Now, whether that's injuries, whether it's not, but from a technique point of view, Campbell is schmick. Now, I think for Carlton, what this does, they can get rid of that stupid experiment of Ollie Hollands on the halfback flank. Campbell can be that rotation through there. Leslie, thank you so much. 10 gifted. You're a new person as well. You are an absolutely stupidly good human being. Make sure we give Leslie some love. Thank you very much. But 22 years old, 4 games played this year. Very good AFL rating. I want you to keep an eye out for that. I want you to keep an eye out for the 7.8 AFL rating. That is... Oh, Les. Hey, mate. Much love. Hey, I love you, brother. Thank you, mate. 19.1 disposals meters per game disposal. Ground ball's really strong. Intercepts are really strong. Score involvements are huge. Now, if you remember when we talked about Carlton, one of the worst sides at moving the ball from the back half of the ground into scoring opportunities, that AFL rating, now, we always talk about AFL rating is the stupidest metric. I'm going to counteract that. This is a very good metric when he hasn't played games. Because that is showing you he is kicking arse and taking names. Oh, my God. Leslie with another 10 gifted. Oh, my good losh. Thank you very much, Les, mate. I love you, brother. Hey, we're long overdue a beer. Hey, make sure, slide into my DMs. We need to grab a beer. I think this is a great deal. Now, I don't think it's a great deal for Eagles in the terms of collateral, but I do think they have gained something that is going to be a chess piece, pardon the pun, for later deals down the back. I think Eagles are going to be incredibly active. They're the kind of pick 41 that is using a make weight in another deal. So I think they'll do that. They have got some incredibly talented NGAs as well. It has to be said, no one's talking about it, but I am a huge fan of Wes Wally, Charlie Banfield, and Kobe Evans. I think they're very good players who will be AFL grade. So I really like this. And I like Chess. And I agree with Shiny Blue. He's a fucking good-looking bloke, isn't he? All right. Hey, Jesus. Good-looking man. I'm over the moon with this. These are the deals that I love. These are the deals I love, Angus. And it's all about getting his body right, mate. Spot on, Tatum. That's all we've got to hope is he gets his body right. But the problem is, obviously, that's speculation. But if he can get it, what can we call him? I like CC. CC and Dry. CC and Dry. Campbell's Chunky. Soup. Soup. I'm a big fan of Campbell. I liked him in the draft. Hey, right. Move the needle. Hey, move the needle in the terms of going on a night out at fucking Rebs. If you want a wingman, look at the state of him. State of him. Tell you, if we're going in, actually, I probably won't want him in Revolver because it would probably make me look more ugly. The next deal we've got is Carlton said goodbye to Corey Durdin. Terry will be very happy about this because it saves him $5,000 a year sponsoring the guy. So that's good for Terry. For Carlton, let's see where this goes and stacks up. Durdin and Carlton's second round pick in 2026. Ainsworth pick 67 came in. 29 and 67 left Port Adelaide. Durdin and a second rounder came to them. And Ainsworth and pick 29. Right? I really like this deal. So a lot of people have complained about this. I don't understand it. Because if you actually work it out with picks and ties and the provisional of where Carlton will finish up, this works out at a points gap of 400, taking into account the pick. So what you're saying is Ainsworth here, is he better than pick 50 in this draft versus Durdin? Absolutely. So I'm a lover of small forwards. Ainsworth is a country mile better than Durdin, and he's better than anyone you would get him in the draft. Corey Durdin, I think he needs an absolute change of scenery. So I think it works for Port Adelaide. They're looking at rebranching. I like that, rebranching, right? Rebranching. They're rebranching, putting their own spin on the things. I like this. Gold Coast, the masters have just been in this deal and coming in and getting the acquisition. I'm a big fan of Ben Ainsworth. Now, if you go back to when we talked about Ben Ainsworth, right? And here he is. We did a comparison, if you go back to 4 shows ago on this, of is Ben Ainsworth a better fit than Haywood? So we've gone through the data. When his side lose, so this is very important, when versus Haywood versus Ainsworth, when their teams lose, so when they're behind the 8 ball, that's a good way to compare with Carlton, because Carlton moved the ball horrifically compared to Sydney and Gold Coast. This gentleman here is 32.1% superior in a losing side than Haywood playing his role. Now, that is very important because I think Haywood at Carlton would struggle when Carlton don't move the ball proficiently from back half to forward half, where Haywood does his role. Ainsworth is a superior player when he's poor. Hey, Gainsworth, I do like that. I'm with you, Razor, mate. With you, Razor. 27 years old, 24 games this year. I want you to look at his disposal efficiency because his best work for Gold Coast is when he's playing higher up the ground in that half forward slot. So his ball use is very good. I want you guys to see this, that this is a huge upgrade on someone like Fogarty and a huge upgrade on Durdin. I like this. I don't think he's lazy. I just think he's one of them players, mate, that I don't like the term downhill skier because I think that's insulting. I think he's the type of player that in a good system, he's the gloss. I'd rather have Ainsworth starting the way that Voss will play. Do want you to notice as well, he's the best way I would describe him is a very good Matty Owies. A very good Matty Owies. Spot on into the maze. And he brings players in and around him, which is huge. 6 score involvements. He brings players in and around him. So that is a huge one for Carlton. I really like this deal for Carlton. It's not often I get excited by Carlton deals, right? Full caveat, because they genuinely worry me at times, some of our deals. But this one, you know what? I'm starting to believe, chat. But it's very important, just so you know, he would be ranked 3rd at Carlton for score involvements. He would be ranked number 1 by 2 from all of our forwards. So there's the distribution. So I'm a big fan of this guy. Big fan. Great get by Carlton. Up next, Cozzy Durdin. So what attracts Port? What attracts Port to Corey Durdin? I think there is something there with Corey Durdin. I genuinely do. Right? And you might say, Pommy, shit. I don't think so. I think he's run his course at Carlton. I think there's a lot of people you see, and this is in all sports, they run their course at certain clubs. And I think Corey Durdin has done. I don't think he's going to get any better at Carlton. I have a bit of hope about what he does. And the big thing here, when I look at what they're trying to do, they're trying to find them gems. They've done it with Joe Richards. They've got young players there. I think this change of scenery will do him well. And I'm going to say this. I think this, when we look at this trade in 5 years' time, I think it'll be break even. I think it'll be break even on this trade. I think he'll do well. The thing with Durdin is he's been played horrifically. And if you actually look at how Ben Ainsworth will play versus Corey Durdin, I think Corey Durdin will enjoy the Port system a lot more than Ben Ainsworth, because I think you need a bit of IQ to play the way Voss is asking. If you look at how Carlton play our smalls, it requires intelligence, and I don't think these players are very intelligent. Ben Ainsworth has got high IQ. Corey Durdin's going to go into a role-playing system, so I really like this for them. I think Port have got quite a good player, and you know what? That's quite big for me. If you are a Port Adelaide fan, I slated Matty Owens when he was a Carlton player, and I still do. All right? I am telling you, you've got a player here. If you look after him, and you give him a bit of love and a bit of TLC, I think he'll be all right. I think you've got quite a good player there. I think you've done very well with that asset. So, you know what? Good luck. I will wish Corey Durdin good luck. Up next. Hey, my boy. I've just realised who you are. Mate, it's not a negative view. He's just not as good as people think he is. I've still got that wager with my mate. There's still a grand on it that he'll never kick a 30 goals. Again, still a grand on it. Looking good. He's got till 2027 because we said this first contract. So, True Eagle, I hope he's rubbish for you for 2 years, bro. Oh, really? I was going to say, every Eagles player I know is horrible about him. Every Eagles fan I know is horrible about him. So, James Rowbottom, he has done a Will Hayward and said that he would be very interested in being part of the Curnow deal, which is very interesting. Now, I want you to notice a stat here. I think the untrained eye, and I'd love Tatum's view on this, because Tatum's critical like I am on Carlton playing too many inside midfielders. I'm a big fan of the tackle number. Now, if I look at the best midfields, every midfield has a Dunkley, which I don't think we have. I think we hybrid a Dunkley like we hybrid someone else. And the thing that Rowbottom does, and I really want you to look at this, is his distribution in close is elite with his handball, right? And his tackle numbers are elite. I think this gentleman here could be the Josh Dunkley that unlocks Sam Walsh. I think that could be huge. Cracker, I'm with you. I think this could be huge. I think with Curnow going, you're going to naturally see Cripps float more forward. I think you'll see in the midfield, this could work. This rings true here. Now, Sydney were quick to downplay it, right? They were quick to downplay it. They say he's a required player, which they've got to do. They're a clever team. They're a clever team, right? They're a clever team. They're not going to say, oh, he's surplus to requirements. I really, really enjoy this. My issue is, and I want to use this analogy, and opposition fans get involved with this. Opposition fans get involved in this. My issue is if you do the deal with Charlie Curnow and James Rowbottom, this is a big problem. Because it's like when you sell, you know, if you were going to upgrade a car, say I'm a car dealer, if you come to me and you say, Pom, you've got a BMW out the front, brand new, 18K, I'll give you my Toyota 2024 model. I'm going to give you $6,000 off the price. If you sell it privately, though, you'll get 10K, right? This is the problem with when you're doing it. I think they'll ask for a lot more for James Rowbottom in that deal. They will use Hayward and Rowbottom as first rounders. So it'll be Rowbottom, Hayward, and a first. Now, I put it to you. If they came to you and said, we'll give you James Rowbottom, Will Hayward, and 2026's future first, I want a good range of Carlton fans and opposition fans, would you do it? Alex? Hey, mate. This is reserved for something exciting later. I want to show you. I've gone full Adam Cooney on it. You'd do it? So you'd do that. If that was James Rowbottom, Will Harewood, and a future first, would you do it? See, Chris, I think maybe the ship has sailed. Yeah, you see, I'll tell you for why I don't like. I'll tell you for the only reservation I've got with it. The only reservation I've got with it is I think you can turn 3 decent picks into better players than Rowbottom and Haywood. Like, I just think you can. I think if you wheel and deal, you can do it. So you'd want a second rounder thrown in. You'd want a second rounder. Hey, I feel like I'm Del Boy here. Stick a pony in me pocket. I'll fetch a suitcase from the van. Good show, that. Interesting. So, very interesting, Rowbottom. So, go through what happened today. So, a statement was made by Rowbottom vicariously that he would be open to the move, which was quickly shut down by Matt Bain, who said, clubs ask a lot of questions. No doubt people have been asking about him. He loves the club and the players, right? And then I think it was Riley Beveridge. Here we are. Tom Morris said that he was open to the move, right? Tom Morris said, speaking with him, he's open to the move. Matt Bain gave a very loose that. Now, it is quite interesting that Tom Morris was the one who brought the Haywood deal as well. Was the Haywood deal. And that's since been confirmed that Haywood is open to it. So I think there's a bit of element of truth there. There's been a lot of rumours that Rowbottom wants out of, well, not wants out, but he's open to a move. It's going to be interesting. Haywood and Campbell, Braden Campbell, don't mind it. I agree. We need foot soldiers. It's going to be good. Mark, mate, I can see your logic. You see, I'm with you, Les. I'm with you. I like Rowbottom. I'm open to it. Here's the next one. Oh, good heavens. Good heavens. 27 years old, Jai Simpkin. In my opinion, one of the best-looking footballers. Do it. One of the best-looking footballers in the AFL, right, Jai Simpkin? Big fan of Simpkin, just personally. He's a very nice boy. Very nice boy. I'm a big fan. 27 years old, 21 games, 11.4 AFL rating, 17 disposals per meters gained per disposals, 6 ground ball gets, kicking efficiency a little bit iffy, clearances, score involvements, first possessions, all in the very good tier. 4 inside 50s, 17, right? 17 pressure acts. Now, I want to put this to you. I do not think he's worth 2 firsts at all. And I'd love to hear Teresa and Sean, I can see you saying no, right? No. But do you not feel, where's 2 firsts come from? Where's 2 firsts come from? Slobber, absolutely not. Absolutely not. See, I like this guy. You see, I'm with you, Chris. I would say a good second gets it done. You see, I agree with you, Les. I think he's worth 2 firsts to them, but in reality, he's not 2 firsts. No, Slobber, not at that price. Superstar talent and losing a key forward. I think it would be Liz suicide, mate. Genuinely. I really don't. I don't understand why people are getting so hyped about it. But Jai Simpkin, right? Now, I want to put it to you. If, let's just say, if Jordan De Goey left if Jordan De Goey left, and they came to the table and they said, we'll do it for a first, would you do it then? Would you do it then? No. You see, this one here, I'm going to make a bold prediction. I think this contract is going to become a problem. Chris, I agree. I think this is going to be a problem. And I'm going to predict if he stays this year, I think next year, this is going to be a salary cap, Dom. I reckon that's what they're trying to do. Because no one compos mentis would say he's 2 first rounds. Right? No one would say 2 first rounders, Jai Simpkin. I will say this. I think it's a salary cap dump next year, and North are trying to desperately get some offer. Slobber, my brother, I do think he gets done, my friend. We're going to come on to that. I've got something special for you. I've been working away behind the scenes. Up next, Ivan Soldo. You know what? I feel like every time we've done this show, in the history of doing this show, so this is 3 years old, this show. We weren't live all the time, but we've done these types of daily for 3 years. I feel like every year we talk about Ivan Soldo. Absolutely talk about him. So a lot of teams are in it. Tom Morris suggested, which did make me laugh, if you get rid of Rowan Marshall, you buy Ivan Soldo, which made me laugh because I was like, well, why the fuck are you bought TDK? Like, just for banter. Soldo has hardly played. So he's only played 1 game this year. 28 years old, 8 games, decent AFL rating in 2024, good contested possession numbers, ground balls are strong. He's kind of like, my issue with Soldo is he a ruckman, is he a forward, or is he just a big bloke? Do you know what I mean? Like, now, I've got a question. The biggest link I found is Essendon. Hasn't Essendon got a shitload of forward rucks? Haven't they? Like, David, am I mental? But I don't think Brian... because you got Blackiston who can do what Soldo does, play different house, right? But you've got you've got Nick Bryan, you've also got Big Vicentini, you've got coverage in the ruck position. I just don't get it. I don't get the link. Who else would use him? Peter Wright as well, Shane. Yeah, I don't get why this link exists. Big guy, though. Tell you, big. He does look a bit like Wild Jones. That's a great call by you, Busy Blue. That is spawn. Carry down. You see, Geelong. I love that call by you. Oh, Oliver with a 10 gifted, my brother. Another guy that I need to have a beer with. Thank you so much, my friend. Soldo's another one that I just don't like it. Yeah, Angus, you've got loads. You've got loads. You know what? I love Langy. Collingwood. You see, the Eagles I could see, but evidently his missus now wants to come back Victoria, which is brilliant. He's brilliant. You know what? Can I just say, you know who is going to find out? You know when Michael Voss goes through his Rolodex and happens to stumble across this show. We've lost our best ruckman. Hey, Ash, that honestly, we've got the best chat in the world. But honestly, you know what? I'm going to make a bold call. Carlton have a late play for him. Hate me all you want. Hate you all you want. But then we had some contract re-signings. And the beautiful Will Hayes. Look at Will Hayes. Will Hayes. Now, does anyone else think Will Hayes looks like Timu Ben Camporelli? Bevton, it's got Carlton written all over it, hasn't it, though, bro? Be honest. Be honest. Be honest. Fucking Michael Voss reuniting the troops. It's got it written on it. But Will Hayes signed for 2 years. I'm a big fan of Will Hayes, really good. I have been super impressed with Ron Steele. I've been really impressed with Steele. I'm a big Steele man. Like him. Think that's a great acquisition. But Will Hayes, I really like what he did. If he dies, he dies. Oh dear. But isn't that? But he does, doesn't he? Doesn't he look a little bit like? Honestly, when I got that picture this morning, I genuinely was like, as someone taking the piss, and Ben Camporelli is the point of the thing. Lidge, that's a good shout. And Ron Steele is a very good player, but these are very good. Like, obviously, Collingwood, they're going to re-sign their youth. I did think it was interesting that Will Hayes was contracted till next year, but they've extended it. Ron Steele, though, very, very good acquisition. If we look at Collingwood's list at this stage, right? Collingwood Football Club. Big shout out my main man as well, Sean, who did some off-field work for me. But if we actually look at the Magpies at the minute, you can see their list. They've only got decisions to make on Tom Mitchell, who is expected to be delisted, Sully, Mason Cox, who's been told to wait. But list spots heating up there. Only 3 senior spots to go. They have done their business, but that is all done. Another little bit of contract re-signing. Toby McMullen signed for 2 years. Make sure you like, yeah, thank you very much, Bev. Cheers, buddy. It looks like Leeds before the bags. 2 years. 2 years. 2 years, McMullen. I nearly did say liquidated, yeah. 2 years for McMullen. McMullen re-signs. GWS, they've got pretty much now, they are set. Legally are still in stasis, as it were. Wade Dirksen is going to be liquidated. He's been told he can leave. So this is going to be a real fascinating one. 35 list spots. 39 in total on the senior list, 35 on the senior list. They have got a lot to do. So he is literally, they're pretty much done. No more work. And my favourite man ever with a rat tail. Favourite man ever with a rat tail is this guy. Connor McDonald, 3 years. The good McDonald. Big signing this because I think is he's such a good player. Such a good player. I like Connor. He would be a guy that I'd be looking at. Bevton with the 5 gifted. Make sure you get around Bevton. Thank you very much. But he's really good. He's really good. I like it. So well done them. Again, Hawthorn have got quite a bit of work to do in their back room. For those interested, Jai Sarong, who looks to be leaving. Seamus Mitchell has a contract in front of him. Bodie Ryan, they need to be done. James Blank and Seamus Mitchell, if they do re-sign, need to be promoted to the senior list. 4 list spots at the Hawks. 4 list spots. Are you ready? Oh, Lucinda, happy birthday, my darling, for tomorrow, my lovely. I hope you have a great day, my darling. But tinfoil hot time. Here you are. I talked about my tinfoil. I talked about my tinfoil theory yesterday, right? So I've gone full, absolutely mental here. Absolutely mental. And I have gone full Cooney on this. Full Cooney. Oh, Brett. I did mention him at the end. Someone corrected me, so I appreciate you, Brett, for looking out for me, mate. Peter, 2 metre Peter, proper ruck forward, mate. None of these chumps. None of these chumps. But here we are. This is what I've come up with. So I've run this by a few of my mates at Melbourne, right? And a few of my mates at Saints, and they've said yes. So I want to see what you guys think, right? We've got Kerner and pick 22, Leibs Carlton. Carlton received pick 8 this year, Saints first, 27 pick, and Demons first in 2026. Right? Geelong get SDK 1940 and the picks they were going to give Carlton. Curnow, Marshall, and Lekalia come in to the football club. St Kilda give up Marshall and a first rounder. They get SDK, Geelong's first rounder, back. It's the tin foil. It's because it's a conspiracy theory, blue bagger. Buy gold. Make sure you use cash. Melbourne, right, give Clayton Oliver, Petrarca, pick 24, first rounder in 2026. First rounder from Cats comes in, pick 7, 19, and a second rounder comes in for Geelong. Pick 14 and Lekalia leaves GWS. They get Oliver 24 and 40. Pick 7, 8, and a second rounder. They get Petrarca 14 and 22. Now, this is based on Gold Coast not taking the full salary cap wrap. So, this is it. Bevton, true story. True story. Mrs. Pom made me go to the shops to buy tin foil. So, I didn't use it. Absolutely no word of a lie. Absolutely no word of a lie. What do we think of this, chat? So let's break this down. Let's go through it. I think Carlton do this deal because that would mean they go to the draft with 8 and 9. Demons pick next year, top 5. He's a top 5. Cody Walker sorted. YTB, why doesn't that work for the Blues? Because that's going to be a top 8 selection and a top 4 selection and pick 8. Yeah, but Colby, this is why I've done that. Carlton could go back then with these picks and bring in players. So you see, Carlton could still do that because teams negotiate 3 or 4 times. No, so look, they're not taking, right, chat. We talked about this yesterday. They aren't using these picks in the draft. They have got the arsenal in now to launch at players. So Carlton would, in this situation, have future picks 8 and 9. 8 and 9 pretty much gets you any player you can name. Right? Any player you can name. I wouldn't be surprised if Carlton did it. If Carlton went back to, because Gold Coast then will be at a catchment of less picks. I reckon this lowers the value though, because Carlton can go pick 8 and 9, go it. Yeah, but Butters is the last thing Carlton's midfield wants, mate. Tell you what, I love chat. Look, tell you what, there is no one on planet Earth who loves Carlton, who loves Charlie as much as me. I am telling you, if anyone thinks Charlie Curnow is worth more than pick 8, pick 4, and pick 12, you want your bumps feeling. Because there is no player ever to play the game in the modern day that is worth clear 3 good first round picks. Ever happened. But let's go through it. I think Carlton do it. Pick 4, Melbourne. They'll be bottom 5 next year. Says. They'll be bottom 5. Then, well, Vizzy Blue, what do you think about this? Pick 8 and 9 to Gold Coast, right? To Gold Coast for Jed Walter and Bailey Humphrey. Right? So Geelong, I'm going to say this is a hard yes because they have offered all these picks. They are. They are it. St Kilda, 100% do it. 100% do it. They swap picks. SDK is the better player. They've done it, right? Right? Then, Melbourne. Oliver Petrarca, right. This is where I've got it from. Now, those who are saying Melbourne won't do it, I disagree. The reason I disagree is this. Melbourne's price at the minute is 7 and 8 for Petrarca with a second coming back. And Oliver, according to reports, are selling him as a loss leader, right? So at the minute, it's expected a future second will get him done from GWS. That is a better deal for GWS. And Lekalia, already there is rumours that if he goes to PSD, North will take him. I don't think Lek won't do it. Then Gold Coast, I think do that every day. Oh, good day, Dee's mum. Love you. Your daughter's amazing, by the way. So I think this is interesting. Melbourne won't give up a first. Would they not? I don't think that's... Like, they've got a first coming back. So they're right in the purview now, Melbourne. Melbourne are right in the purview to a launch act. So I think, look, we can work with it. We can work with it. My issue is Gold Coast won't. Gold Coast will trade 7 and 8, but they've been open. They want something coming back. Probably is, but I think Melbourne are going to attack quite now. Hard. SDK, mate. Look, I'm telling you now, St Kilda pulled out of that deal. St Kilda pulled out of that deal for one reason. There is someone on the market better. And I disagree with the media. I am telling you, not on God's earth is DeGoey in there. Is DeGoey in there? YTB, you've got to remember that. But what you're not remembering is, and this is it, this is what annoys me when people say it's diluted. It's not diluted for the teams that need to bid match. So Gold Coast have to bid match. They've got 2 players potentially in 2027. Essendon have got probably the best player in the draft at this stage in 2027. Geelong have a father-son in 2027. Brisbane have got 3. So when you say that, absolutely not. It is huge. And that is the teams that do it with the points. That's why Gold Coast have all these picks. They buy them in 2 years in advance. So I can see the sell that Carlton can turn that Saints pick into something better. Look, it's an idea. It's an idea because people, and Sean, I'm glad you've said this. 2027 is going to be the most trade of players ever. Well, that's why you do business, YTB. That's why you do business. Like, you know what, right? I'm going to put it this. You know when people say Gold Coast, Geelong's picks are irrelevant, they keep buying players, don't they? They keep buying players. Brisbane keep buying players. And they did do when they were in the top 8. So, like, honestly, people have got to look at the whole landscape. I've got all the landscape. So, Demons first secures your Cody Walker. That's the biggest problem. I'd personally do that. I think that's value. And I could make a good argument for every club to do it. I actually think the only club that's getting ripped off there is Gold Coast. So I think it works. And then we've got quite a big trade capital. Yeah, you see, that's why I've kept it separate, though. So I used that analogy at the start of the show. Well, because you've got 3 very good picks to buy players, haven't you, Titan? Wouldn't you say? You got 3 very good deals to buy players. So Dean's locked in. Cody Walker's locked in anyway. Carlton here are in a real good situation. And if Carlton have got picked, look at this as well, Tatum. I'll sell it this. Let's say Melbourne's pick is pick 3 next year, right? Let's say the AFL rules are you've got to have 2 in the first round. Look at this for a hypothetical. In 2026, Carlton trade pick 3 for pick 14 and pick and some picks where they can use players. Yeah, but again, back to my original thing. Historically in the AFL, you've got to remember, when you ask for a player, you get worse picks. So in a trade, players are always calculated as more. It's about a 10% premium. So, you know, when people are crying about, from a statistical point of view, Haywood and Braden Campbell and pick 10 is technically worse for your list long-term than 3 firsts. Do you see what I'm saying? So, you could do that, Stewson. Look, I'm fully flexible. But what I was trying to do is get everyone's head around the players that you've got to get in. The players that you've got to get in. The players that you've got to get in. Like, you've got to do that, right? So, to finish with, I wanted to go through what players are maybe available, right? So, let's go and see my beautiful friend, Damo SC. Where is he? Has he still got his... He better not have fucked me with the list, man. If he's fucked me with the list, he's dead. Oh, Damo. Where's you? Oh, here we are. Can you see that chat? Stop sharing. And if I do this... Right, let's play a game. Can you see that? Can you see that? Hey, cheers. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Look, I thought it was a bit of fun. Like, I know people get upset by trade deals. I don't. Like, I don't. I'll be honest, I don't care enough, but I don't care enough. I don't care enough. That's where I am, right? So here we go, right? So can you see that, chat? Good, right. So do we think Callum Archie gets done? Do we think Callum Archie gets done in our heart of hearts? So where we are at the moment with Callum Archie, for those interested, is they are saying that Callum Archie is worth, they want more picks. So they are saying at the minute, Brisbane want Adelaide's first rounder. Hey, mate, I've just got, I'm hitting 40 in a week's time. I've just chilled, bro. Look, I get angry sometimes. I'm trying to be chill. Okay, let's play a game with this. Let's play a game. We'll make a game out of this. Callum Archie, right? Callum Archie, what do we reckon? Do we reckon that deal ends up being a first for a second? Do you think that's it? Because they want a first. They're adamant they want pick 15. Do we think pick 15's offered and Brisbane give them a second rounder back? Or do you think it's a second straight up? You know what? I mean, this is an interesting one, isn't it? I mean, let's have a look. I mean, Adelaide have 16 or 48. Do you reckon it'll be a future second? Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. I love it, chat. I love it. Right? Let's do it. So we're going to say Archie ends up. Archie. I've spelt his name wrong. I've just spelt his name wrong as fucking Archest. So future second, 2026, yeah? Are we happy with that? Mate, you don't need a key back. You don't need a key back. Do you know why? You got fucking Lewis Young, mate. You've got to be good if your surname's a name that means that you don't age. Pomfax. Okay, so we got him future second. Do we reckon George Stevens goes to Adelaide? I don't. What do you think? Just before anyone clips it and goes, Pom says Lewis Young's joking. I mean, he's good. I was taking piss. I was taking the piss. Okay, so George Stevens, I think he stays. Okay. So Liam Reedy's already through the door. Buku Karmis is already, Chester's through the door. Buku Karmis. Do we get Buku Karmis in? Does Carlton get Buku Karmis? Evidently, this is what we have been told thus far. We have been told that Carlton's offer of pick in the 40s has been told no. Okay, if you are thinking Buku comes through, yeah, hey Bev, fucking, I could kiss you on the forehead. A man who thinks, love it. What do you reckon it is? Well, it sounds like they want a good second rounder. So it sounds like they want a good second rounder. So 41 was the offer, which D's spot on it went to Chester. They evidently want a better pick than that, which I think is absolute fucking. We've sniffed too much glue. Lou, another man who's thinking they want 22. Carlton have got to split it. So where are we? Future second. Michael, look, I'll be honest with Buki. If he's a forward and Charlie goes, I'm okay with it. If we're thinking he's a backman, I would rather have Lewis Young playing down back. Is my honest thoughts. $2027, it's not. We still got our 2026. Obviously, if Carlton trade their future second again, though, remember, they're 2027. They can't trade their first unless they get a second back. Mark, we've already traded 41. We've already traded 41, so we can't. Blue bagger, way too much. Okay, so are we saying Buku gets done? Okay, next question. Is it a future or are we splitting it with another club? I think we'll go future. I like it. We'll say Carlton gave their future whatever they did. No, what? Oh. Cheers for that update, Mrs. Pom. Sorry about that, chat. Future third. Split picked a bid on Ison. If it's a backman, okay, we'll say Carlton have gone future foot second 2027. Carlton. Okay. Next one on our list. Bailey Humphrey, Ollie Florent. Do you think any of these deals get done? I don't think any of these deals get done. Ison, very good, Rocker. I would say he's very good. See, I'm with Angus. I don't think any of them get done. Okay, Buller from Collingwood. Does Buller get done? How much do Collingwood play for him? Mate, if we're going backman, you got Aaliyah all day. Mate, I'm not going to curse it, Juddy. Third round? It's going to be cheap as chips, isn't it? Third rounder, okay. Do we think that Jacob Blight comes across? And if so, how much? If so, how much? Do we think he comes? Does he get picked up in the draft? Do we think it gets happened? Sorry, he's a delisted. So Buller, future first. Future third. Foot third. Right, okay. Cracking in here. What do we think the Florini deal is for Essendon? Yeah, I'm skipping some of them because the beautiful Damo who made this for me, he hasn't updated it for a couple of days, so I'll skip the ones that we know are dead. Florini, third. Florini, third. I love it. I love it, chat. I love it. I love it. Right, okay. So, Florini, future third. Future third. Okay. That'll be a good deal, that, for them. Foot third. Right, okay. So, Zane Dursman's been told no. Henry Huswaite, no. Darcy, no. Warple's been done. Marshall. Do we think Marshall is done? Do we think Rowan Marshall goes to Geelong? Do you think eventually Geelong give up? He was Y2B. Then Fremantle's list manager came out and said no. Do we think Rowe goes? No? Okay. Charlie Curnow. Do we think Charlie Curnow goes to Geelong? I'm with you, Says. I think it's speculative. Not to Geelong. I think Geelong are going to be hard pressed unless they watch this show and I give them the secrets. I give them the secrets. Okay. Petrarca to Gold Coast. Do we think he gets done? And what do you think it is? Do you think it's what is reported their offer? Currently, they evidently want 7 and 8. Gold Coast are evidently open to it, but they want points. Currently, Melbourne have 24 and 28. It's not great. 7 and 15, I think, is pretty good, Angus. I think that's the ballpark. 7 and 8. 7 and 8. 7 in the future. 7 and 8. Remember, they're going to have points back. The only way they do it is points back. I don't think 24 and 28 are enough back, though, for Gold Coast to match. Looking at the maths off the top of my head. No, definitely not. So it would have to be something coming back that they can bring in assets. You know what? Good news for Carlton. If 7 and 8 goes out, I am telling you, Bailey Humphrey is 2,000% gettable. 7 and 15. We'll meet in the middle. We'll meet in the middle. We'll say 7 and 15 gets it done. Gold Coast. So Gold Coast get Petraka. 7 and 15. 7, 15. Okay. Okay. So Clayton Oliver. What do we reckon Clayton Oliver? Oh, Jamara. Do we think Jamara is... The reports are the Jamara deal is going to get done, and the Jamara deal is going to be the pick. The Jamara deal is going to be the pick they got in today. Do you think that'll happen? Do you think they'll accept pick 27 that they've received today? I mean, 29? Future third. Future third, 4. Fucking hell. Tell you what, will the Dogs give him away that cheap? I think they'll give him away, but surely they don't give him away for free. Third, okay. You guys are the boss. Jamara Ugle-Hagan. Foot third. Okay, who's next on this stupid list? Clayton Oliver. What's Clayton Oliver going to be good? Hey, much love, Blue Bagger. Clayton Oliver, what do you reckon Clayton Oliver's going to be? What do you reckon if Clayton Oliver's going to be? Third round. I reckon they've completely... Well, they're going to pay half his salary, which genuinely means you're going to get a higher... You're going to get a decent amount knocked off it. Future second, I think future second's about the right. It could be totally dirt cheap as well. It could be a future third. It could be worse than Jamara. I hate football. I hate football. Clayton Oliver. Okay. Zach Merritt to Hawks. Does it get done? Yes, 50-50. No. Yes. 2 firsts. First, yes. Hope not. So, just for perspective, Hawthorn currently in this climate have 9 and 31. They would probably have to go big with some acquisitions if Hawthorn do it. Merritt goes to the Pies. That would be huge. Okay, so what... You're pretty split on this. What do you reckon the offer is? Bearing in mind, they have been huge that it's got to be 2 firsts. They want a good offer. 2 firsts. I reckon they'd give something back if they got that. What do we reckon that is? Do we reckon it's pick 9 and a future first with something coming back? Like Mackenzie? I could see that. I think Cam Mackenzie would be a win. Okay, you know what? To meet in the middle, we'll say Essendon for the purpose of this exercise, because I want to see this exercise look out. We'll say Zach Merritt becomes a man. And I really only need to know if they're picks this year. We'll do it. We'll do it. So they get him and Hustwaite or someone like that. Let's just say it's someone like that. With futures, with foots. Okay. Where are we? So Hawks, that's done. Melbourne are done. North are done. Port are done. Richmond are done. St Kilda, we know they're not going to do. Okay, Saints. Who is the secret Sainter, right? Who is it, and does it get done? Who is the secret Sainter, and does it get done? SDK, and do you think he gets done? The secret sin. No. You see, I think only if Carlton comes to the table does that get done. Like, only if they genuinely get done. Only if they're genuinely serious does that get done. Does that get done? Okay, so now we're on. They've got Roses. Okay, Sydney. Do they get Charlie Curnow? Just Sydney? Hey, Blue Bagger. Hey, mate. If it's a compliment, I'll get distracted. I appreciate you, mate. Sydney. Okay, what is the Sydney offer? So Sydney currently have a full plethora of futures for next year and this year. Sydney also have pick 11 currently and pick 32. So tell me what that offer looks like. Lou, would you be including pick 11 in this year as well? Would pick 11 and them players come in? So 11 future first. Okay. You know what? You could have loads of fun with Hayward's name, couldn't you? Okay. Okay. Love it, chat. You're good at this. Nearly done. Okay. The Eagles. Right? The Eagles does. So we know Devon Robertson's coming for free. Tyler Young. Does he go to the Eagles? Right? Do they do that? Haydos, they'd probably on-trade them, but there won't be a pick before. At this stage, no one will bid on him before Carlton's first pick. I think it's going to be a late pick, 41. Be nice for Richmond that they'd like that pick, I reckon. I reckon they'd be really chuffed with a pick about there. Oh, look at this chat. This is all coming together. Tyler Young. Okay, and the last one. What pick do you think What pick do Richmond get? What pick do you think Connor Buderick goes for? So Buderick at the minute, heavily linked, non-free agent. He's nominated the Dogs. What do you think he goes for? So do we reckon that's 33? I think they'd be made up, the Gold Coast, with that. I think Gold Coast would be made up for that. It's points that they probably didn't expect to have. It's points they probably didn't expect to have. All right, then. Right. All right. Why I asked you that is I just thought we could get a little bit of a vibe check, right, of what the AFL draft might look like given the deals that are still to play out, right? Given the deals that are still to play out. So what we'll do is, if we look at what you've made, chat, before we finish, this is what you've made, right? This is where the AFL draft looks at the minute. This is where the AFL draft looks at the minute. So if all these deals come in, that would mean Carlton go to there, right? It would mean Richmond go to there. It would mean that Melbourne would go here. It would mean Essendon go there. And it would mean the Dogs, Gold Coast, would go there. Okay. So that is how that would change. There we are. Look, that's how it would change. Hey, much love, man. Hey, look, I love a spreadsheet. The colours are nice, aren't they? Helps me look quickly. But that's how the first round would look. That's how the first round would look. If all them trades go in, I mean, Essendon there all day long are going for pick one. Oliver are going into that. Right, now you see, YTV, you are a genius. You see, that's why that if that happened, right, let's just say if this happened without that deal, Gold Coast here are going to have to find, Gold Coast will have to find probably, Gold Coast are going to have to find this many points, right? This many points. And a rough, quick maths of Gold Coast picks, if they did this, right? $700 points short. 700 points short. So we looked after them with Ben Ainsworth in that deal. Could see, this is where Gold Coast would be the team. Need picks next year, need picks this year. So would Melbourne will bid on Dean? They maybe would do. I don't think they would do though. Melbourne traditionally don't bid. So your teams that are big bidders historically are Essendon, but Essendon under Matt Rosas won't do it. Melbourne genuinely don't. Genuinely don't. So I can't say Essendon do. The only way we would have a bid, that's why everyone was fearful of Saints. Saints and North are the two teams that hate the father-son at the minute. So that's it. It does, Rainer. What we've done is we've used your trades you've done to simulate what would happen. So that Hawthorn's pick is now there, Essendon's. So this is a simulation. But there you are, chat. I'm going to miss you over the weekend. Can I just say? It's my favourite time. So you will see me this weekend if there's any deals. Monday, we will be back doing this. Tuesday, we'll be back doing this. Wednesday, what I'm going to do is we'll do a 2-hour show on Wednesday. We'll cover it, and then you guys can come on and tell me what you think of the draft and what you think of your trade window. And we'll maybe do another Pomcams on Thursday and Friday as well. We'll go through everyone's list, and I'll ask if anyone wants to come on and talk about the teams in alphabetical order. So I will be back over the weekend if anything happens. Have a great weekend. You know what? Make sure I haven't overcommitted. Oh, no, it's all right. My birthday, I'm going away with Mrs. Pom. But it won't affect you. Life will have ended. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a great weekend. I love you so much. Thank you so much for the support. We're about to hit 10K. I am absolutely heartbroken. You know, like, honestly, you broke my heart. That many people have subscribed to me. I'll probably cry when we hit 10K on cams. So, love you all. Have a great weekend. Enjoy yourself. And see you soon. Peace.